welcome back to the Maverick channel, and here we talk about crypto content of all sorts. Now guys, there's a lot going on in the crypto space. There's a ton of things going in the crypto space. First of all, companies got liquidated. We have software being blacklisted by, essentially if you use that software, you're going to be thrown in jail for a long time. We have the Ethereum merge. In the past, we've had the Bitcoin halving where the number of Bitcoin issued out per block is halved. So that was the major event. Now we have the Ethereum merging onto the proof of stake standard. So this is the biggest event that's so far happening, and it's one of the catalysts towards the so-called pre-bull market, this sort of run-up that we're seeing in the market right now. So a lot of people are unsure. A lot of people think this is a fake out. It's just the Ethereum news. Maybe. So guys, there's a lot going in the crypto space. I actually don't know where to start, but I'm going to make this a free sort of freestyle video to kind of run you through what has been happening, some of the events. So for example, there was Tornado Cash. Tornado Cash is a software where you can use for privacy if you're seeking for privacy for proof of work networks, for example, mostly Ethereum. For example, maybe you don't want to publish your transactions, but a lot of people, a lot of bad players, rug pulling, stealing money laundering, fraudulent activities. So a lot of these people have been using Tornado Cash to hide. So essentially, when you take money from one Ethereum address, I guess you deposit it on Tornado Cash, then it kind of mixes all the transactions together, such that if you withdraw it, you can't really know where it came from initially. So it creates that privacy layer. So this platform, Tornado Cash, has been deemed illegal to use. It has been blacklisted. So don't search for it. Don't look for it. It has been delisted. Someone in Amsterdam who was a developer here was arrested. And guys, that's why it's popular here, which is interesting. Which is freaking interesting. The United States government The United States government said, guys, what you're looking at a screen, it's popular. So CoinMarketCap has this section where they say trending cryptocurrencies, and Terra Luna was up here. Bitcoin was up here when it started running up during this pre-run that we're seeing right now. Ethereum is here because of the merge, and this TORN is the native token of that torn infrastructure. So basically, the way this code works in cryptocurrency, even if you deem something illegal, these smart contracts are already out there. You could remove the interfaces, you could remove the links to the website, but any developer really can just go into the smart contracts. Maybe they already have the contract address of the smart contract, and they can still interact with this. They can still write transactions. They can still change the state, not of a smart contract, but the communication with the smart contract. That communication standard can still exist. Now, that platform had a token torn, and you can see it here trending. It's literally 5% up, almost 6%, despite the government deeming it illegal. Now, guys, there's a lot going on in this space. For example, Bitcoin dropped to as low as maybe 17,000. I don't remember correctly, but it has run up to 25,000. This speaks to a lot of things. We see what's happening in China with inflation. We see actually with the banks, the bank run up in China. The banks are broke. They can't pay back the people, and that news has been silenced. And then we look at, of course, the obvious overlooming issue that's going on, which is inflation. We have a lot of currencies. Basically, we know historically speaking that no fiat currency has ever survived. And we're seeing this play out because of greed. Same thing in the cryptocurrency space. We have a lot of insolvencies in 3 Arrows Capital, in Celsius Network. All these companies were over leveraged. We've also seen Coinbase getting a few issues, but maybe they're getting off that. So everyone's hungry. The Fed in the United States is suing different companies. We have a lot of things happening with, of course, the Ethereum merge. We have things like the Tornado Cash, as I've told you, these people getting arrested, and there's a lot of companies getting sued by the SEC as well. So if we look at inflation, Bitcoin's price run up 25,000, amazing. This is truly amazing, but no one knows where this is going to be, where this is going to go. We're seeing Ethereum almost $2,000. That's insane. That's pretty amazing. This is all speculation. So guys, you have to be really careful because these markets can decide to turn just like that. And of course, USD Tether, these are stable coins, USDC. The Binance ecosystem is obviously, they have the most money in this space, and they create incentives for their token. They create buybacks for their tokens to reduce the supply, to control the inflation, governance, and all those things. And of course, Cardano is trying to get into smart contracts. Guys, as Ethereum moves to proof of stake, we don't really know what this is going to do for the scaling solutions like Cardano, like the Binance ecosystem, like, well, any other cryptocurrency, Solana, and, well, I guess Dogecoin is also running up. Shiba Inu is also running up. These don't really do anything, but they can move up just like that, or at an instance from a tweet from like Elon Musk or something. So, guys, this is me not having done a video in many weeks, trying to catch you up on some of the things that are happening. The rest of the crypto space, like other scaling solutions like the Polygon network, Avalanche, and other cryptocurrencies that have their own solutions. Basically, right now, what they're doing is building. Usually in a bear market the bull market is preceded by for example, Bitcoin halving or an innovation in the technology. For example, in 2017, we saw the ICO, so initial coin offering, and now in the previous bull market, DeFi, essentially being able to give your tokens and then get rewards. That brought in a lot of people. And then sort of somewhere midway, we had the metaverse and play to earn, those things coming up. There's a lot of conversations when it comes to also play to earn ecosystems. And I have a lot to tell you guys, especially play to earn ecosystems developing within the Decentraland ecosystem. These things are attached to a certain infrastructure. So I'll get into that on another day. There's a lot of things going on there. But so what I wanted to do, guys, if you're a developer out there, of course you want to look at, and if you're into governance, you want to participate in the Ethereum ecosystem. First of all, you have to know that there's nothing you have to touch. Don't let scammers get to you that you need to send your private keys or you need to send your Ethereum here to get back other Ethereum. Don't do that. Just ignore everything if you hold Ethereum and just wait for that day to come and just watch how things go. That's all you need to do. Don't touch anything. So you can learn about misconceptions. You can learn about how the merge impacts Ethereum supply. So if you're into governance, if you're bullish on maybe the reduction of Ethereum issuance, for example, on proof of work, as miners mine blocks on Ethereum, a certain amount of Ethereum is issued. Also, similarly in proof of stake, when you delegate your tokens to someone else, you're given a certain percentage, and the validator that's keeping the network secure also gets a percentage of the tokens. So if you want to know about those details, then obviously I urge you to read this article from the Ethereum.org, the actual Ethereum Foundation, to get the details of what's going on. But in summary, this is one of the biggest events, and that's why I'm focusing on this one. And there's a lot going in the crypto space, but let's try to summarize to see where the market is right now. So Tornado Cash, what I just talked about, that's pretty big, pretty scary stuff. It's debatable. What is freedom of speech? Are they infringing on privacy and freedom of speech? Because code is expression, human expression, like art. So you can't dim it. How can you dim it illegal? Because not everyone interacting with it. But hey, I guess rules are meant to be broken. Rules are there for a reason, and I guess they help to push away some bad actors, and they help people act a little bit in a more organized sense. So there's something there. It's not all bad. So the merge soon, the Ethereum mainnet will merge with the Beacon chain proof of stake system. So it's called Beacon chain, which was called Ethereum 2 before. Now it's known as the Beacon chain. This will mark the end of proof of work for Ethereum and the full transition to proof of stake. So this sets the stage for future scaling upgrades, including sharding. So the merge will reduce Ethereum's energy consumption by 99.95%. So guys, essentially what's going on here is that we have the Ethereum network. I don't buy it that well because I'm not a developer. And I really wish someone who's a developer or someone who has deeper knowledge in this can come onto my show and explain to the people what is going on. Because when I read this article, I understand that there's Ethereum, which is Ethereum 1, and then there's Ethereum 2, which is supposed to sort of, there's the Ethereum 1, which is the execution layer, then the consensus layer, which is sort of the Beacon chain, which was known as ETH2, but now it's considered as the consensus layer. So for me, the way it looks like, they say they're going to merge them, and then there's not going to be any proof of work, and the proof of stake or consensus layer is going to be operational and stuff like that. It still feels to me that there's two infrastructures happening in the background, because guess what? This proof of stake transition is not going to reduce the gas fees. It's not going to reduce, it's not going to scale Ethereum. And they're saying that after doing this, which they've seemed to have rushed, they're saying that after doing this, they're going to then apply scalability solutions like sharding. And yet we know things like sharding don't actually allow parallel computation of transactions. So you have transactions going through a sharded layer, but you cannot make those transactions across different shards. So guys, I have a lot of questions about this. But however, as this thing is rolled out, as people get to use it, and as we see how it turns out, I guess we'll see. They say nothing will break. They say it will be awesome. But if this is awesome, there's a few misconceptions. So in case you're excited about Ethereum, in case you're seeing it with $2,000 and you're speculating, you have to look at a few misconceptions, especially if you're a developer or you want to play in a certain way in this space. For example, running a node requires staking 32 ETH. They're saying, no, this is not required. Of course, stuff like that. Of course, you have to go deeper into this to understand it. Misconception, the merge will reduce gas fees. It's not going to reduce the fees. Transactions will noticeably be faster, so it's not going to do that. You can withdraw staked Ethereum once the merge occurs. No, this is going to happen much later once something called the Shanghai upgrade happens. We don't know when this is going to happen. So validators will not receive any liquid Ethereum rewards till the Shanghai. No, apparently going to be receiving rewards. So there's a couple of misconceptions here. Now, based on your previous knowledge of your sort of research into the Ethereum ecosystem, and based on your knowledge of this whole transition, especially if you read this article that has been written here to sort of explain proof of work, proof of stake, the Bitcoin chain, then eventually the sharding layer, you have to put two and two together to look at these misconceptions. Then you draw your own conclusion. You draw your own conclusion whether you want to FOMO into something that's $2,000, almost $2,000, with some people shouting in your ear that it's going to get to 10,000, 20,000. So you have to judge, put two and two together, and also determine where you want to be in this space. Are you a developer? Are you a speculator? Are you actually excited about this technology? So even if you are to FOMO into these things, even if it dropped back to say $1,200, you wouldn't care because you know Ethereum has a future and is going to lead the crypto space and all that stuff. So I have questions, guys. You have to be skeptic. You have to take everything with a grain of salt, and you have to draw your own conclusions to see based on your budget, based on your interests, don't just speculate, right? That's all I'm saying. Just because ETH merge is coming, you actually have to look into things and try to make your own educated decision. So how the merge impacts the supply of Ethereum, guys, you have to look more into this. I'm going to link the actual article in this description or the website, which is linking to the article, which is the main Ethereum mainnet. So I'm going to link in the description. Don't click on any other links in the comments. I don't do that because of scammers and obviously. So guys, one thing I want to mention, because there's been a lot going on in the crypto space, one way to sort of navigate this space without overwhelming yourself, DAppRadar is an amazing app to use. And I think another one I wanted to mention, guys, actually what you're seeing on the screen, before I go back to DAppRadar, this is someone that wrote The Ownership Economy in 2022, and they wrote about collectors, artists, so different ecosystems, DeFi, different ecosystems. We know most of them, 1-inch curve and so on. But all I'm saying, for example, metaverse tools and marketplaces, there's no OpenSea here. There's no Nifty Gateway. So what I'm saying is that there's a lot of infrastructure in the cryptocurrency space right now, and it works. So don't just go for anything, because all these things are sort of replications of what has already been created. You actually want to look for something that has a differentiating factor to other things. Now, lastly, DAppRadar, you can look at Ethereum, EOS, Tron. These are all different blockchains, and you want to look at what trending things are there. For example, gaming is one of the trending things. DeFi, gambling, exchanges, collectibles, guys, this is all iteration of smart contracts and how smart contracts work, and then implementing different use cases for these smart contracts. For example, if someone's doing some sort of rental service of land or real estate in the virtual world or real world, it's a manipulation of smart contracts. We need some innovation in the crypto space where we have sort of interoperability communication. For example, you can transfer one NFT from one blockchain to another. We need an actual implementation of maybe the sharding layer or a better scaling solution that actually works. So my point is, there's a lot going on in this space, but you have to pay attention to your own interest. You have to pay attention to your budget. We're in the bear market. I already lost a ton of money, and at this point I'm only break even, right? I'm break even. I'm not in losses, but I'm break even. So you have to be careful. Otherwise, you don't want to risk getting wrecked again and crashing everything that you have right now, after what we've been through. So guys, I don't know whether I hope you learned something from this video. There's a lot to talk about, and I'm going to continue. I'm going to start making more frequent videos to sort of cover what has been happening in the crypto space, because I didn't want to make videos before, given the current situation of the markets. You don't want to just speak things without sort of analyzing. You speak on topics without analyzing, without getting a longer term view of what is going on, and then you can make an educated sort of analysis of what some of these ecosystems are doing. So in conclusion, builders are building, artists are drawing. There is Ethereum trying to move to proof of stake, or that proof of stake standard. There is software being deemed illegal by governments, and we're seeing constant adoption. We're seeing the rise of Bitcoin, despite all the horrible news going on. It doesn't change the fact that fiat money is getting irrelevant, and people are looking for solutions to protect themselves. I'm not saying crypto is the only way. Gold could be another way, silver could be another way, stock market could be another way, or everything can crash. So guys, be careful when you're making any investments or any decisions. as regards to these things, but I just wanted to give you a quick run-up of what's happening in the crypto space, but probably I'll scale down a few things as we cover more videos in the future. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, bye bye.